Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to this Thursday. No, it's not a Monday, and it's not our traditional Facebook Live that we do on sharing of knowledge and sharing of content. But today, I thought it's important that I do this session because today is a very important day. Today is 21st of August, and today is World Entrepreneurs Day. It's your day. All the entrepreneurs out there in the world who are watching me live or who'll watch this on a YouTube at a later date or on Facebook, it is your day today. And as a business coach who has been able to impact the lives of a lot of business owners and had the opportunity of interacting with a lot of business owners, and they coming and sharing with me their challenges, their problems. They may have worked with me or not worked with me. They have may have stayed connected with me or not stayed connected with me. For that aside, a lot of people have opened up, and there have been people who have probably benefited through the experience that I have brought in, because I am very passionate about entrepreneurship. Because I believe the world is for the entrepreneurs and of the entrepreneurs because they bring in real change. They are the people who go through all the trails and travel and the challenges and become successful one day. Today I read a very interesting comment. People say it's lonely at the top, but the reality is there are a lot of people who have reached the top. So you have company. And you have company at the bottom because there are a lot of people who want to climb up. When you're truly lonely, is at the middle. When you're all alone, you're struggling. We are all struggling. We are trying to find that right path to go onto the top. We slip backwards at times. Becomes very difficult to pick ourselves up and again move and go through that challenge again. So that's where it is lonely. It's not lonely at the top. The journey we take is sometimes a very, very lonely journey. I want you to pause for a moment and look around everybody in your horizon. Think about all the faces who can sit beside you. Because each one of the names, each one of the faces of your entrepreneurial friends who come in, they represent a story. A story of courage, a story of sleepless nights, a story of sacrifices that most people can't even imagine. Yes, we have our team sitting outside and they think about us as Mullah has not paid salaries on time. He's not given me an increment. But they don't look at and think about the sleepless nights that we all spend in trying to ensure that we are able to take care of our teams. Most people in the world live their lives choosing safety, choosing predictability, choosing mediocrity. But you chose the uncertain path. You chose to build when nothing existed. You chose to jump in when there was no guarantee or a net. And so, before I say anything else, I want to begin with this. I salute you all. From the bottom of my heart, I want to say thank you for the courage, your resilience, your vision, and your contribution. Because without entrepreneurs, there's no economy. Without entrepreneurs, there's no innovation. Without entrepreneurs, there's no progress. When people look outside at entrepreneurs, they see success. They see the awards, they see the LinkedIn posts, the media articles, they see the offices, the cars, the lifestyle. So it happened. I want to digress and share one example. One day it was probably around the 10th of a month, and I was going for a very early morning flight that I typically take to Calcutta. And my driver asked me, Sir, salary kab hoga? When will the salary be done? I said, give me a couple of days. I'm expecting some cash. As soon as that comes in, you will be the first one to get paid. And he looked at me and said, Sir, aisa kaisa? How can that happen? You seem to have a lot of money. You're always coming to the airport and you're taking flights. So you have money to pay for the flight tickets, but you don't have money to pay for me. Because they saw the outside. They did not see the invisible side of the story. The nights I stayed awake, the nights you stayed awake, refreshing your bank balance at 2 a.m., wondering if tomorrow you'll be able to pay salaries. The festivals you skipped because work could not wait. The moments when you felt all alone, truly alone, because nobody else would carry the burden that rested on your shoulders. The heartbreak of losing a customer you chased for months. The sting of betrayal from someone you trusted. The fear when markets suddenly shifted. People see the glory, they rarely see the grind. And yet, despite it all, you persisted. Despite the fear, you stood tall. Despite the failures, you tried again. Despite the scars, you kept walking. Entrepreneurship is never about failing. It's about rising again and again, often when the world tells you not to. Every entrepreneur around you, every entrepreneur in this world carry invisible medals, not earned from the victories alone, but from the battles survived. And that, my friend, is what makes today so powerful, 21st of August, World Entrepreneurship Day. Let me tell you something that many people forget. Entrepreneurs are national builders. Think about this. Every job in your company exists because you once had the courage to take a risk. Behind every employee is a family. Behind every family is a dream. That dream exists because you chose to create. Every vendor who grew because you gave them business, that is your impact. Every customer whose life became easier, better, or more joyful because of your product or service, that is your contribution. And it's just not about economics, ladies and gentlemen. Entrepreneurs shape culture. Entrepreneurs shape confidence. Entrepreneurs create belief. And history is proof. It was an entrepreneur who turned a small workshop into an automobile industry the way the world sees it today. It was an entrepreneur who looked at a rotary phone and thought, why not carry it in your pocket? It was an entrepreneur who thought the world should be able to order food, buy clothes, and book a cab all from one device. The world changed because of you entrepreneurs. And here in this world, in the community that you are in, you are creating ripples that go far beyond that you can see. You may look at yourself every single day and say, what have I achieved and am I a failure? But the kind of impact that you're bringing onto the world, there would be millions of people who want to be on your shoes, thinking of the impact that they can make, not the hard work that they need to put in. Sometimes we forget this because we are buried in balance sheets, in firefighting, in chasing the next target. But take a step back today, ladies and gentlemen, because it's your world, it's your day today. Take a step back and realize you are changing the world. You see, the world often celebrates cricketers, actors, politicians. The names are on billboards, their faces are on TV screens. But in my eyes, the true heroes of society are the entrepreneurs, the solopreneurs and the entrepreneurs. Why? Because unlike many others, they don't have a safety net. You don't get a guaranteed paycheck. You don't have the luxury of certainty. Every single day you wake up and you step into the unknown. Every single day you take a risk most people are too afraid to take. Every single day you carry out just not your dream, but the dreams of everyone connected with you. And you do this quietly. You don't look for applause. You don't wait for medals. You do it because deep inside, you know this is your calling. And so today I speak on behalf of every employee who puts the food on the table because of your business. On behalf of every vendor whose children went to school because you placed an order. On behalf of every customer whose life you made easier, thank you for your courage. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your daring when others doubted. Let's pause for a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not get too emotional about this and ask ourselves a deeper question. What is entrepreneurship really about? Yes, it's about growth, about profits, about market share, but ultimately, entrepreneurship is about legacy. The money will come and go, market conditions will rise and fall, But the true measure of your journey is the lives you have touched and the impact you have created. The balance sheet is not only in your accounts, it's written in the stories of the people you have inspired. One day, long after the PL statements are forgotten, people will still say, because of her, I dared to start my business. Because of him, I had my first job. Because of them, my family had stability. That is your real wealth, and that is your real contribution. So, on this World Entrepreneurs Day, I invite you to reflect, what do I want my entrepreneurial journey to be remembered for? The money will be more important, is the most important thing. I agree. You need your cash flows, you need your PLs, and this I've been talking about every single day, every single Monday. But today, I want you to step back and I want you to reflect, what do I want my entrepreneurial journey to be remembered for? Because there are times when we all want to give up. There are times when we just surrender. There are times we want to say, enough is enough. Let me get back into an employment. But that day, you should ask this question: what do I want my entrepreneurial journey to be remembered for? My friends, ladies and gentlemen, today is your day. Not because the calendar says so, but because the world needs to stop and recognize you, the dreamers, the builders, the warriors of the marketplace. The world needs your courage, your creativity, your refusal to settle down for good enough. The world needs your stubborn belief that tomorrow can be better and you can build it. So let us celebrate, not for the companies that you have built, not for the wealth you have created, but the lives you have touched, the hope you have given, the future you have imagined. And on this World Entrepreneurs Day, I bow in gratitude. I stand in admiration and say this with pride. Here's to you, entrepreneurs. Here's to your courage, your persistence, your legacy. Here's to you building not just businesses, but a better tomorrow. Never forget that you are here for a purpose and you're here for a cause. And that cause goes far beyond the balance sheet and the profit and loss statements. Again, a big salute to all you entrepreneurs who are watching me. Celebrate today. Give yourself a pat on the back. You have still stood the test of time. And especially people who have been pre-COVID and post-COVID, they've stood the test of time. And you deserve every accolade that comes your way. And celebrate today with your friends and families. God bless all of you and wish you again a happy World Entrepreneurs Day.